Hey, Greg goes back here, back in the shed with Violet. So, what do we got happening? We got some teardown action happening. So it looks like a shambolic chaos, but trust me, we've got it all labelled where we need it labelled, and everything's sort of, we know where it's all going. We dedicate a shelf in our storage area for everything off this car. So Andrew's disassembled the doors, pulled everything out of them, so get them all ready for sandblasting. As you can tell, that this frame is actually not too bad. We'll clean up okay, but this one that come out of the driver's door is, yeah, it's kaput. So we'll be needing a new frame for that. Regulators are still okay. All the hardware we make sure we take out. This is the difficult thing when buses have been painted in the past. Sometimes they've been painted over, all the original fittings, and underneath that paint will be the factory galvanized coating sort of thing, and that's what you want to sort of go back to. So stuff like this, you actually want to get all the paint off without removing the factory coating, which it stops it from rusting, and it's just supposed to be an unpainted finish. But of course, just like that, you see people don't remove that stuff when painting, and it ends up, the paint just chips off, and yeah, you're back to square one, where something, you can have a fresh paint job and stuff like that looks terrible. So no need to buy new stuff of that, but it's just a matter of you don't want to sandblast it so much, because sandblasting removes the factory protection layer. So you just dip them in thinners to get the rubbish paint off. Usually, look at that, so that's just scratching off, going back to the factory coating. That's what you want. So dip it in thinners, that softens the paint and gets all that off. So, because you don't want to sandblast that. So this is all going to be blasted clean, because that's the way I like doing it. We're going to get this pop top off. We're going to hope for the best. Our fingers are crossed. Looking down here, I can see a bit of a spot there and a bit of a spot there, but I actually can't see too many holes, so that's a good sign. And this stuff is actually all in good nick. The sock itself has been replaced at some stage, just needs a really good clean up. So we're going to leave that all together and intact, and we'll remove the whole pop top up, which is a 4-person job, trust me. So yeah, drill out all these rusty screws. There'll probably be a bit of rust underneath there. So only way to do it is just to get that off, and yeah, keep it all together. So, and then when I go to paint it, I paint it on a couple of stands as it is, so, and then fit it. So yeah, so that's what we do, and we make sure that's all sealed up, as you know. So yeah, we're going to go with fresh rubbers on this, because it's just they are starting to get a little bit stiff, and they do have purple paint all over them. So it's just best to have it looking like new. They're going to town, fixing all the rust properly. So we've got some decent repairs to do down there, and looks like possibly, maybe, yeah, I don't know, someone might have already attempted a repair there, but yeah, we've got that much to do anyway. So got to put some decent section in there. We might end up replacing from here where the metal's clean down to there, and just fold up some angle and get it in there nice and solid. So So yeah, the tear down continues. So we get all the glass out, take the seat out. We leave most of the wiring in. We cover all that up, and the blaster makes light work of all that, everything inside there. So we've just got to weld up these holes from the extra vents that the last owner has done. We thought the extra air was needed, but if everything is intact and in good tune in here, then you don't need to force any more air into it. So that's why the factory enlarged these vents with the Type 4 motors. So yeah, so no need to do any more than what the factory designated, unless you got like a aftermarket style, like a high performance motor, and you really got to force more air into there, or a Subi conversion or something like that. So yeah, so you can see Andrew's already started the repairs on there. We're going to decide what to do with this panel. Possibly the rest of the panel I think is all in good nick, so we will redo a couple of patches on it and it should be fine. Steps need a little bit of work there, but yeah, until you get it blasted you just don't know how it's going to be all up. But you know, we don't blast in the middle of the panels. We can get all this blasted through there anyway. Yeah, so that's the plan basically, just to get it all nice and clean metal. These taillight housings need replacing. They're all brittle and stuffed. So what we'll actually do is leave them in there. Same with this engine lid, leave it on when we're blasting. So to minimise, cover over all the engine and that anyway with a drop sheet, so that any sand that gets down in there, it lands on the sheet and you pull it out and blow everything out, etc. before starting the engine as such. So yeah, we want it all clean. That's what we want, clean metal and expose all the rust. So in the meantime, we get everything sorted here. Yeah, just tidy everything up so that the blaster can get to all the floor section there. It looks like there's already been some of that happening in the past. A few repairs there, but overall the floor doesn't look too bad. We're hoping actually that, you know, the repairs aren't massive on this one. So I'm looking along here, definitely needs blasting and tidying up. So again, you know, like I showed in my rust treating videos, you've got to treat all that from the inside, put some rust preventative cavity wax sort of stuff, drip it down there so that it all runs down to the bottom there, and treat it all from the inside. So anyway, I don't want to be like a broken record, because I say that with all the jobs. And yeah, so that's an update on Violet. A lot of work to do, but then again, most of the ones we have through need that for a full job. So what was the colour originally? It was wattle. So that greeny gold colour is factory wattle. But anyway, it's getting changed to something much nicer. So anyway, I'm babbling now, so I'm going to shut this video off and we'll talk to you later.